C Cubed is an organization to raise awareness and educate policymakers about the costs associated with attending college. Our goal is to encourage public discussion of this issue rather than advocating for any specific policy solution. With college tuition on the rise, many students are becoming increasingly worried about how to pay to get an education. The average student incurs nearly $30,000 in debt after completing their bachelor's, and tuition is rising at a much higher rate than both inflation and family income. Because of these staggering prices, many students are left to question if sinking so much money into their schooling is worth it. Although most colleges focus on developing the overall college experience for their students, many extra costs are tacked onto one's bill that don't actually stem directly from the most important aspect, the education. The following video will focus on the institution portion of colleges, such as the actual instruction and education they are providing outside of other amenities like housing or food, and if the students are happy with the value of their education for the price. So today we're here with Sam Robinson, who's a sophomore at Widener University, to gauge her satisfaction on her college education. So do you believe that your education is worth it for the costs that you pay?
Definitely. I think that there are great opportunities that Widener gives me for the tuition that I pay.
How do you think it's different from other schools?
I think it's a lot more personal. The student-teacher ratio is a lot smaller than larger schools.
Do you think the price that you pay to go to Widener, since it is more expensive than other schools, is that a fair price in relation to a smaller price school, say like a public one?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, it is expensive, but I mean, again, it gives you the opportunities that you need to succeed.
Great, thank you. So today we're also here with Amy McCormack, who's a junior at Widener University, and we're going to ask her about her satisfaction with her college education. So do you believe that your education is worth it for the cost?
I believe college tuition prices are just unreasonably priced in general, but I believe at Widener I've had a lot of opportunities and the tuition's been worth it. So especially with the student-to-teacher ratio, I've had a lot of close relationships with teachers. I've gotten jobs through them, recommendation letters, and I've gotten into the master's program through having a close relationship with the teacher, so I think it's definitely worth it.
Do you think the increase in tuition from public to private universities is worthwhile then?
I kind of think that relates to what I just said because we are able to have these close relationships and have a low amount of students in a class, I think that we get more opportunities and better learning. So I think that the higher price is worth it.
Great, thank you so much. This infographic represents private liberal arts universities and colleges which are comparable to Widener and how they allocate funding for education per student. As you can see, spending on operations such as non-faculty employees, cleaning services, and other various costs that keep the college running, as well as student services, have remained fairly constant. However, the highest category of spending is education, which has increased more prominently. This shows that the rise in college costs can be mostly attributed to additional funding going to a student's actual education, allocated to things like equipment or programs used in a specific discipline. To many, this is preferable to the money being spent elsewhere because at the end of the day, students attend university to get the best education for their money. So, like our guests Amy and Sam said, one of the most valuable aspects of private universities and colleges is the importance placed on each student's personal education and the opportunities given to them, which is supported by this graph. Although college costs are on the rise, the majority of people still believe that getting a secondary education is important in today's world. Over 90% of graduating Widener seniors rate their overall experience as excellent or good, and Widener's approval rating is 6 percentage points higher than the average for a 4-year private institute. Despite its importance, the reality is that college will put the average student into debt upon graduation. So when picking schools, it is imperative to research where your university spends your tuition and if it is going to places you deem important. Visit our website, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to learn more about college costs.